Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope you all are doing fine. Today, our lesson will be multiple meaning words. First, you have to log in using the aplusstudent.com. Click on your name, move on to language art, the grade 7. The chapter is multiple meaning words, and the lesson is which sentence matches the definition, which definition matches the sentence. Alright, so we'll start now. Words that are spelled and pronounced the same way but have different meanings are called homonyms. Okay, so they are spelled and pronounced the same way but they have different meanings. Those words are called homonyms. Jessica struck the match and held it against the timbers to start the campfire. Now, what color furniture would match the maroon carpet? Now, you can see that they are spelled and pronounced the same, but they have both different meaning of match. Words that are spelled the same way but have different pronunciation meanings are called homograms. So if they're spelled the same but have different pronunciation, they are homograms. Okay? The double bass is the largest string instrument in an orchestra. In the sentence, bass rhymes with case. Now, bass is a variety of spiny, fine, freshwater and saltwater fish. In this sentence, bass has the rhyme with grass. Okay? Now, the word novel has more than one meaning. Okay, this is for like the example. So, all you need to note is that if they have the same spelling, but they have different pronunciation and meaning, they are homograms. All right. So we have words that have the same spelling, but obviously they have different pronunciation and meaning. So you need to take note of those words. All right. And then we have words that are spelled and pronounced the same, but have different meanings. And then that's the homonyms. Okay. All right, so we have some examples. So we have, which piece of text uses the meaning of novel? Novel, now a long fictional piece of writing. Now, the word novel has more than one meaning. The question asks for this meaning. All right. So novel, a noun, a long fictional piece of writing. Consider the first answer choice. All right, because the first one talks about a fictional piece of writing. All right, so that is the right place to use your novel. Okay. All right, so let's move on to the test. All right, so we have refrain, verb to keep yourself from doing a desired action. So Steve couldn't remember all the lyrics, but he belted out the refrain at the top of the lungs. Then, although I hate to miss calls, I always refrain from using my cell phone in restaurants and movie theaters. So, which of this meaning has the good use of refraining it? Okay, what do you think here? All right, so we have the second one, refrain. Okay. Hamper, now a large basket with a lid. No, I haven't seen your skinny jeans, Mrs. Clark said to her daughter. Have you looked in the laundry hamper? The planned lane and ramp closure will likely hamper the flow of traffic into the city, the newscaster reported. So, which piece of text uses this meaning of hamper? All right, so we have the first one because it's a large basket with a lid. Compact adjective, packed closely together. After years of conflict, the signing of the compact instilled hope for peace in the citizens of both nations. Now, about 8% of the skeletal system consists of compound bone. The remaining 20% is spongy bone, which is lighter and less dense. So, first to second. All right, so we have this one closely together. Okay. All right, so custom now a practice that is traditional for a particular group. All right. Built in the 1986, the 1950s Vivero lead sled was a custom car built with a variety of modification to look like a classic American car. Throughout much of the Middle East, Throughout much of the Middle East and Indian people often eat with their hands rather than with utensils. The custom is to use only the right hand for eating. So which is a practice that is traditional for a particular group of people. First to second. Alright, so we have the tradition of eating with hands. Alright, formula now a rule or principle for making calculation in maths. The formula for finding the area of a square is a square, where a is the length of one side. When the Coca-Cola company introduced a new formula for its popular soft drink in 1985, it was the first time the product had been changed in 99 years. All right, so first to second. All right, so we have the first one, which is showing calculation in maths. All right, angle, verb to turn or bend. An obtuse triangle may be isosceles or scalene, but it always has an angle that is greater than 90 degrees. Now, be careful when driving on Crescent Ridge. Mr. Peterson caution Aaron. The road will angle sharply to the left after you cross the bridge. So, is it first or second? All right, so we will have the second one. Okay. All right, so that's it for this first lesson. If you haven't done it, make sure that you complete the questions later on. We'll move on to the next lesson, which is which definition matches the sentence. All right. So moving on, we have which definition matches the sentence. So this is basically about the homophones, the homonyms, and then the homograms. You just have to remember that if it's spelled the same and pronounced the same but have different meaning, then it is homonyms. And if it is spelled same but have different pronunciation and meanings, then it is homograms. All right. So let's look at an example on that this one. So, what does refrain mean here? When seals flock to Oregon beaches, biologists ask residents and tourists to refrain from interfering with the newborn pups, whose mother routinely leave their pups on shore while they hunt for food in the water. So, some words have more than one meaning. So, you have to be able to figure out the meaning of refrain in that sentence. And it will be what? Refrain verb to keep yourself from doing a desired action. Okay? All right, so let's start. What does angle mean here? When installing crown modeling on a vaulted ceiling, you must measure the angle of the slope along the wall and the ceiling. So angle now the space between two lines or planes that cross. Angle verb to turn or bend. First to second. Okay, so we have the first one for angle. All right, so when seals flock to Oregon beaches, biologists ask residents and tourists to refrain from interfering with the newborn pups, whose mother routinely leave their pups on shore while they hunt for food in water. So, is it recurring verse in a song or poem, or refrain verb? Keep yourself from doing a desired action. First to second. Alright, so we have keep yourself from doing a desired action. Aaron shifted the car into reverse, glanced over his shoulder, and then slowly backed out of the driveway. So, shoulder noun, the part of your body that connects the arm to the torso. Shoulder verb, to accept and bear burden or responsibility. So, which of this is the right one? Alright, so we have the first one. Okay? The right accessory can make or break your outfit, the saleswoman at the boutique told Mary. So, accessory is now an item used to enhance beauty or usefulness. Accessory is now a person who helps another person commit a crime. So, what does accessory mean here? All right, so we have accessory now, an item used to enhance beauty or usefulness. Okay. The city of Oxford plans to issue a bond of more than $6 million for a variety of infrastructures improvement. So, what does issue mean here? To supply or distribute in an official way or a matter of importance or discussion. So, what does issue mean here? All right, so we have supply or distribute in an official way. After a productive afternoon of first writing, Rita felt content with the progress she had made on her paper. So, content and adjective pleased and satisfied, or content and now the material contained within something. So, what is the right meaning of content here? All right, so we have pleased and satisfied. The appetizer you made was quite bland and overcooked. For that reason, we have to let you go, one of the judges said to the contestant on the cooking show. Now, reason, verb to think in a logical way, or verb now, a purpose, or an explanation. What does reason mean here? All right, so we have first and second. So a purpose and an explanation. Okay. All right, so that's it for our lesson under multiple meaning words. Can you tell me on the chat if you have any questions? All right, so if you have no questions, we'll end here for today. Please try to complete the lesson and see you all next time. Bye, everyone.